Looking for something close to 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Those didn't sound like regular seconds. What kind of seconds were you counting there? 2, 4, 5, 6.
For 14 seasons, they blew things up and busted myths together, becoming one of television's most iconic duos. But what was the real story behind the on-screen chemistry of MythBusters' Jamie Hyneman and Adam Savage? The truth is more shocking than any myth they ever tackled. These two men, who seemed like the best of friends on camera, were never actually friends at all. Today, we're finally revealing the explosive truth about what really happened between Jamie Hyneman and Adam Savage. The creative tensions, personality clashes, and professional disagreements that tore apart one of television's most successful partnerships. The Odd Couple, when opposites don't attract. To understand the complex dynamic between Jamie and Adam, you need to look at just how fundamentally different these two men really are. Jamie Hyneman, the stoic engineer with his signature beret and walrus mustache, approached every problem with methodical precision and quiet intensity. Adam Savage, the energetic special effects artist, attacked challenges with boundless enthusiasm and rapid-fire creativity. Jamie is more of an engineer. I like things planned. Adam is more excitable, Jamie once explained with characteristic understatement. That contrast worked for the show, but it's not how you necessarily choose your friends. Their working styles couldn't have been more different. Jamie preferred careful planning, detailed preparation, and systematic execution. Adam thrived on improvisation, creative chaos, and thinking out loud. Where Jamie was reserved and contemplative, Adam was expressive and animated. "We disagree on nearly everything," Jamie admitted in a 2014 Reddit AMA. "It's a matter of our personalities. We are simply very different people." He noted that their biggest disagreement was often about procedure, the fundamental approach to solving problems. These differences weren't just quirky personality traits that made for good television. They were deep-seated philosophical divides about how work should be done, how problems should be approached, and how people should interact. The tension was real, constant, and sometimes barely contained beneath their professional facade. Yet somehow, this oil and water combination created television magic. Their contrasting approaches forced them to consider multiple angles, challenge each other's assumptions, and ultimately arrive at more thorough and entertaining conclusions. The professional arrangement. Despite their personal incompatibility, Jamie and Adam developed what they both describe as a highly effective professional relationship built on mutual respect and shared commitment to the show's success. They learned to channel their differences into creative energy rather than destructive conflict. "While we might not choose to socialize, I respect Adam's abilities," Jamie explained. "He's a talented builder and brought a lot to the show. We needed each other to make it work." Adam echoed this sentiment. "There is a deep and abiding respect there. Make no mistake, we trust each other implicitly in dangerous situations." This professional respect was crucial, especially given the dangerous nature of many MythBusters experiments. When you're dealing with explosives, high-speed projectiles, and potentially lethal contraptions, you need absolute confidence in your partner's competence and judgment. Their arguments, while frequent, were ultimately productive. "Jamie and I argued a lot," Adam revealed in his book, "Every tool's a hammer. Not like, I hate you, you hate me arguing, but we'd have these knockdown, drag-out arguments over the finer points of how to approach a problem." He described this as creative abrasion. The show's format actually helped manage their personality conflicts. With separate workshops and different areas of expertise, they could work independently much of the time, coming together for key experiments and filming segments. This structure allowed them to collaborate without constant friction. Their professional partnership was, in many ways, an arranged marriage that somehow worked despite the lack of personal chemistry. When differences became dangerous. While Jamie and Adam's professional respect kept MythBusters running smoothly for most of its 14-season run, There were moments when their fundamental differences created serious tension that threatened the show's future. The pressure of constant filming, tight deadlines, and increasingly complex experiments sometimes pushed their carefully managed relationship to the breaking point. One of their most significant ongoing disagreements centered on the show's direction and tone. Adam, with his background in special effects and entertainment, often pushed for more spectacular and visually exciting experiments. Jamie, the pragmatic engineer, preferred thorough, methodical testing that prioritized scientific accuracy over entertainment value. Adam wanted to put on a show, one crew member recalled. Jamie wanted to get the right answer. Sometimes those goals aligned perfectly, but sometimes they were in direct conflict. These creative tensions were exacerbated by the demands of television production. Network executives wanted bigger explosions, more dramatic reveals, and faster-paced segments. This pressure often favored Adam's more theatrical approach, which sometimes frustrated Jamie's desire for careful, systematic investigation. The situation was further complicated by their different relationships with fame and public attention. Adam embraced his role as a public figure, engaging with fans, giving talks, and building his personal brand. Jamie, by contrast, was intensely private and uncomfortable with celebrity. Could two people with such fundamentally different approaches to work, life, and fame maintain a successful partnership indefinitely? The answer, as it turned out, was more complicated than either of them initially realized. The breaking point: why the partnership had to end. As MythBusters entered its final seasons, the strain of maintaining their professional partnership while navigating their personal differences became increasingly difficult. Both Jamie and Adam have been candid about the fact that the show's end came at the right time, before their working relationship deteriorated beyond repair. "I think we were both ready for it to end," Adam admitted in interviews following the show's conclusion. 14 years is a long time to work that closely with someone, especially when you're as different as Jamie and I are. The decision to end MythBusters wasn't driven by declining ratings or network pressure. The show remained popular until its final episode. Instead, it was a recognition that the unique dynamic that had made the show successful had run its natural course. Jamie, characteristically direct, was clear about his desire to step away from television. "I'm really over being on television," he told Popular Mechanics in 2016. "I've got other things I want to do." His preference for privacy and hands-on engineering work made the constant demands of TV production increasingly burdensome. For Adam, the end of MythBusters represented an opportunity to explore new creative outlets while maintaining his public presence. His subsequent projects allowed him to continue sharing his passion for making and building without the constraints of the MythBusters format. The final seasons reflected this underlying tension. While still professionally executed and entertaining, there was a sense that both hosts were ready to move on. The aftermath and separate paths. Since MythBusters ended in 2016, Jamie Hyneman and Adam Savage have pursued distinctly different paths, reflecting their fundamental personality differences while maintaining the professional respect that sustained their partnership for 14 years. Jamie has largely retreated from public life, focusing on his special effects company M5 Industries and pursuing engineering projects away from the spotlight. True to his private nature, he rarely gives interviews and has shown little interest in capitalizing on his MythBusters fame. Adam, by contrast, has embraced his role as a public educator and maker advocate. His YouTube channel, Tested, has millions of subscribers. He regularly speaks at conferences and maker events, and he's written books about creativity and making. Despite their different post-MythBusters trajectories, both men speak respectfully about their former partner and the show they created together. "I have nothing but respect for Jamie," Adam has said repeatedly. "We may not be friends, but we accomplished something amazing together." Jamie, in his typically understated way, has acknowledged the unique value of their partnership. "We got a lot done together. The show worked because we were different, not in spite of it." Their story offers a fascinating lesson about professional relationships and creative partnerships. Sometimes the most successful collaborations come not from friendship and similarity, but from the productive tension between different approaches, personalities, and perspectives.